Good evening and welcome to Concordia Prep, as we're here for an IAAM matchup between Notre Dame Prep and the Concordia Prep Saints. Before we get started here, let's go over the quick starting lineups for the Notre Dame Prep Blazers. Number 15, Erica Nzumba, who is a senior. Number 10, Taylor Johnson, who is a junior. Number 22, Emma Kronberger, who is a senior. Number 4, Jamie Lassner, who is a senior. And number 24, Grace Rudy, who is a senior. And I am here with my wife and broadcasting partner, Shelly Peroutka, who's going to give the Saints starting lineup.
Thank you, Paulie. Yep, so for Concordia Prep, our starting lineup is going to be junior Paige Bailey, number 2. We also have sophomore Alira Penn. She's number 5. We have junior Gabby Smelser, number 12. Also junior Caitlin Osborne, number 13. And junior Haley Ford, number 24. We should probably call out that she's our baby girl.
You do all the time.
Yeah, okay.
And Concordia is coming into this game in 3rd place in the conference with a 6-4 conference record, 10-6 overall. And Notre Dame Prep is coming in. Notre Dame Prep is coming in with in 5th place with a 3-6 conference record, 3-7 overall. And we're getting ready for the tip here. And just a couple things, so please stay tuned the whole time. In the 3rd quarter, we're going to be joined by Freddie Newman, our athletic director, who will be answering some questions about what life as an athletic director is like and what things are like here at Concordia Prep. And then also Shelly will be talking about the seniors quite often tonight. Once again, right?
This is our senior celebration week, so we will be here Wednesday, February 2nd, against Annapolis Area Christian School, honoring our 4 seniors. That will not be live streamed, so we invite everyone to attend if you can. We've got special festivities planned for our seniors.
And while we got a quick break here, it looks like some type of confusion before we start here. We're brought to you by John Miller and AC Sports, who goes ahead and streams, live streams the games here for us. And looks like we're going to have a little delay here at the start of the game. So, John, we usually jump over to you during a timeout, but let's get started now. So, first of all, as always, thanks so much for allowing us to broadcast here and for bringing the game to the homes of the families and friends who can't make it here. And can you tell us a little bit about your site, what you do, and where everybody can find you at?
My pleasure, Paul. Thanks for having me. So people are either watching this on YouTube, and if they're watching on YouTube, they know that we have a YouTube channel, AC Sports Network, or they could be watching it directly on our website, which is the www.acsportsnetwork.com. Both places are going to carry this game. I started this based on the need for or the desire for parents to watch their kids during a pandemic. And now, after the pandemic's over, I'm finding it's fun and helpful, and people like it, and I think I'm going to keep doing it.
And just so we can put it out there, you do this for other schools also. So if there are any other schools that are interested in you streaming any sports, they should contact you, correct?
Absolutely. And there is a contact page on my website. There's phone number. They can find me on Instagram. Hopefully, if they want me, they can find me.
Well, once again, thank you. Awesome. Now we're going to get ready for the tip here. Haley Ford will be jumping for Concordia up against Erica Nzumba. And the tip's going to go to Notre Dame. So NDP with the ball here, bringing it down. And Concordia is going to a zone, a 2-1-2. Ball goes inside, and the shot, and we got a travel call. So good defense there by Concordia. Here comes Concordia. Concordia coming off a tough loss on Wednesday, Shell, to Gerstel, 50-42.
Yep.
Really fast-paced game, good physical game. The ball's getting worked out on the outside. Haley Ford drives out to Paige, out to Lyra, back to Paige, back to Haley. Good defense there.
Yeah,
and we got to travel. Good defense there by NDP. So Concordia's going to come out here in a full court press. I really love seeing them pressuring the ball. More of an up-tempo type of game. And we're still going to keep the pressure on. and pulling him in. And then we got a steal, knocked away. NDP keeps possession of the ball. So Concordia is going to go to a man-to-man right here, it looks like. No, actually, he's dropping into his zone. NDP working the ball around the perimeter with the shot on the outside. Alira pen with the rebound, and they're running. Ball's out to Haley. Good drive by Haley. Dish inside to Gabby for the basket.
Beautiful pass.
All right, we've been missing that the last couple games. Gabby came back. Last game, right? Wednesday.
Yep.
Big steal. Almost a steal there by Paige,
yep.
right? Gabby's been out
Gabby
for a while.
with the block. Nice
Good job. Madison with the laminate. Good.
Good job, Caitlin.
Caitlin, I'm sorry. So it's a 4-0 lead already, and we're going to keep the pressure up here. And there's a drive, and that does not go, but we got a foul called. So that's Emma Kronberger who will be going to the line for NDP for 2 shots.
While she's shooting, we have a couple of other things that we can share, Paul. So one is for all of our Concordia Prep families, the music department is having a fundraiser right now. So in preparation for your big Super Bowl parties, you can order a Chick-fil-A platter for sale. They can be picked up the Friday before Super Bowl at school. The order form is online. Just look up our Concordia Prep website, and you'll see the information listed on there and how you can order, and that helps the music department out. We did that last year.
We got the Chick-fil-A.
We did.
Okay.
Yeah.
The 3 doesn't go. Haley with the rebound. Paige with the shot. That does not go. Paige with the rebound. We got a 4-2 game here. Alira drives. Good cut by Haley. Good pass. Basket does not go. Caitlin with the rebound, though. And that doesn't go. We're nailing the offensive boards right here. That's about 5 offensive rebounds. Couldn't get the basket to go, but good dominance on the boards right there. NDP looks to run. The basket's up and in. And that's Erica Zumba with the basket. So we got a 4-4 game, 5:22. Just to let you know, too, your speech about Lido's last week, I know as a fact got at least one family to go by there for dinner. Yep. So the baseball or softball team, whoever it's for, should thank you. Softball should thank you.
Women's varsity softball.
Alira with the basket.
Nice job, Alira.
So Concordia has a lot of size on NDP here. And there's
Back
a
to
steal.
Gabby.
That does not go. Haley with the
Haley's
rebound.
there.
Back out to Gabby. And we got a jump ball. So Concordia should really be playing an inside game here with all this size. So it looks like there's a little confusion on who the jump ball should go to. I think it's going to stay with Concordia. So 6-4 Saints. 4:50 to go in the first. Good move by Haley. Good strong move up and in. We have an 8-4 lead. And it looks like if NDP wants to slow them down, they're going to have to pack it in a little bit defensively. Concordia playing the zone. NDP working the ball around on the outside. We got 10 on the shot clock. And there's a 3, and that does not go. NDP with the rebound. And the shot, that does not go. Once again on the boards, and that goes. So that's Erica once again for NDP to make it an 8-6 game. There's been a lot of offensive rebounding in this game so far.
Pagey with the 3.
Big board by Haley. And a drive and a block and a foul. Haley's going to go to the line for 2 shots. And just to let everybody know who's listening, we're going to have Freddie Newman join us during the third period. She is our athletic director here at Concordia Prep. And she'll be calling the game with me and answering some questions on what life is like as an AD here at Concordia Prep. So both shots do not go. And NDP with the rebound here, trying to tie this thing up or take the lead. We got 3:45 left here in the first. And NDP seemed very content with a slower tempo game here. Keeping the ball around the perimeter, working the clock around. We got a 3, and that's long. And that's Caitlin with the rebound out to Paige. Paige's got a Lyra, and the ball's knocked away. Good thought, just doesn't work. Possession's going to stay though with Concordia. We got Haley with the jump shot, and that goes. We have a 10-6 lead. And we got some pressure once again up front here by the Saints in the backcourt. And we're going to drop into a 2-3, it looks like, here for Concordia. And we have an open shot on the outside, and that goes. And that's Jamie Lassner with the 3 to make it 10-9. We got some scoring here early. Saints working the ball around the perimeter. Gabby Smelter inside, and the ball stolen there.
Oh.
And Jamie comes away with it for NDP. Ball's worked around the outside. We got a kick. So the ball's going to stay with NDP here. We got a sub. We got Phoebe coming in for Concordia. Gabby going to the bench. Ball is once again being worked to the perimeter. Ball goes inside, and we got a foul on Haley Ford. Big steal there by Lyra. Oh, and it goes right back, though, to NDP. And NDP very content. They try to get the ball inside, and it's stolen. But then right back. There's a shot. That does not go, and Lyra Penn with the rebound. Out to Paige. Concordia's had a lot of success getting the ball inside. Let's see if they try to post up or run some type of screens to free somebody up inside. Caitlin just cutting through right there. We got 6 on the shot clock. They got to get something up. Haley with a drive and a shot, and that does not go. We're going to have a 24-second violation. So we got 1:32 here left in the first, and we have a 10-9 game with Concordia out in front. And Gabby Smelter's going to come back in for Paige Bailey. Once again, Concordia keeping the pressure up front. Looking for a steal and a quick basket. Ball's knocked
Gabby
away.
got her hands on it.
Yep. And NDP keeps possession. Ball's continuously worked around the perimeter. We have a kick ball. I think that should put 14 seconds back on the shot clock. 15. And the ball stolen right there. Caitlin Osborne with the steal. Back out to Phoebe. And Concordia looking to run right here. They don't have the numbers, so they're going to pull it back out. Caitlin drives out to Lyra. Oh, good. Ooh, okay. Good ball movement there on the give and go, but we had a timeout called by Concordia before that. So we got 52.8 seconds left. We got a 30-second timeout. Concordia with a 10-9 lead. So
I have another spirit night to tell us about this week. So a fundraiser for our very own Saints football team, our 2021 IAAB conference champions. We beat Loyola. Remember that game? That was a good game.
lot of fun.
Good game. So they're having a fundraiser. They're calling it a social hour tomorrow, Tuesday, February 1st at, I'm going to pronounce this wrong, Das Beer Hall. Das Beer Hall?
The old barn on Harford Road.
The old barn on Harford Road.
People will know it as it used to be the barn on Harford Road. Harford and Joppa most.
Yep,
Right
so
before you get
it's
to Joppa.
9527 Harford Road in Parkville, and that starts at 8 p.m. tomorrow night.
Okay.
So if you can make it there, that would be great to support our football program.
Great play right there. Phoebe with the finish. So good timeout there by John to draw up that play, and Phoebe come back with the steal. So we have a 12-9 game here. Concordia with a 3-point lead. 32 seconds left here. Really good play off that timeout, set play, and then we got the steal. Gabby cut inside. And we got a foul. That's on the floor, though, so Concordia will keep possession. So it does look like maybe John Cooney's stressing a little bit, getting the ball inside. And we got to reset the shot. Okay, so the shot clock's off. I thought it should have just went to 15 seconds, but great play by Gabby. Great run by Haley Ford right there. We got a 14-9 lead, and we're going to keep the pressure on. 15 seconds to go here. 5-point lead for Concordia. And there's a shot, and that does not go. Haley with the rebound. The ball goes out of bounds. I think it was off NDP. And it's going to go to Concordia. So we got 5.6 seconds left to get a quick shot. Haley running the court. Oh, and she is tripped up.
Oh, we're not going to call that.
There's nothing called. Okay. So
It's not a foul if they didn't see it.
did anybody touch the ball though? Because the ball. So the ball was tipped. Okay, because if nobody touched the ball, number one, the clock shouldn't have started. Oh no, the ball went to
Yeah.
was thrown into a Lyra and then
Lyra.
thrown down the court. Okay, I thought it was thrown in from out of bounds. Okay. Okay, so we're going to see whose possession it is here. I don't think anybody knows whose ball it is. And I think the NDP coaches are going to say anything. I thought that the ball was thrown in from out of bounds. Right.
Okay.
So,
Letting Coach Cooney know what's going on.
all right. So obviously they're saying the ball was tipped in play. And then we're going to have 1.6 seconds to go. It's going to be NDP's ball. Really just going to have a chance for a heave here.
Oh, and there's
And they're just
Haley's,
content to hold it.
Haley's brother.
There we go. That's the end of the first quarter. We got a 14-9 lead. So, Shell,
Paul.
we're not going to have tons of time. So this is our last broadcast before, well, probably of the year for the girls team. But we have, you want to talk some about the seniors. We have senior day coming up. And with
We
Freddie
do.
joining us for the third
Yep.
quarter, we're going to try to get these in during the first half here.
Yep. So we asked the seniors a couple of questions just so you could get to know them a little bit better as a part of our spotlight on them. The first question was, how long have you been playing basketball, and what club or AAU team have you played for that we should give a shout out to? So Brooke Marshall is our first senior that we're going to talk about. She's been playing basketball since the 8th grade at St. Paul's Kingsville, and then here at Concordia all 4 years. Deja is our next senior. She's been playing basketball since she was 8 years old and on a lot of teams. So different summer leagues such as Upward, her middle school team, Trinity Lutheran, and then AAU teams such as the Maryland Jayhawks and Lady Cut Nation. And then also has been here all 4 years with us. Brooke Meyer is our third senior. She's been playing basketball since she was 5 years old and on a variety of different teams. And then lastly, we have Emily Chamish. She started playing basketball her sophomore year here at Concordia.
So we'll go through all these questions each time out. And we can learn a little bit about the seniors before they're honored on Wednesday. So NDP is going to have the ball here down by 5. Good pressure there by Concordia. Quick little trap. Most of NDP's possessions, they're taking a shot clock all the way down to at least 10 or so. There's a 3, and that's off. And a rebound to Concordia to Caitlin Osborne. So Concordia looking to put a little space in between the 5-point lead right now. Alira with possession. Outside, looking to drive. Takes it in and shot. Does not go. And the rebound to Taylor Johnson for NDP. Taylor's bringing the ball down the court. Ball's going to go outside. Haley forward the ball. Haley looks up to Gabby. And just a little too far. The ball goes right back to NDP. So Paige Bailey back in the game here for Caitlin. And then let's go ahead and go down so we can get everybody in the first half, just in case we don't have time in the second half. What was your second question to these girls?
Yep, second question is what other sports do they play in and outside of school? Brooke Marshall let us know that she has played soccer, lacrosse, and track. Deja just sticks with basketball, so nothing else that she wanted to mention other than basketball. Brooke Meyer plays soccer, lacrosse.
Good strong move right there by Lyra.
Soccer, lacrosse, cross country, and track for Brooke Meyer. And then Emily is soccer, lacrosse, cross country, and track.
So good pressure right there by Concordia, forcing another turnover. 16-9 now, 6:22 left in the first half. Good pass, ball goes inside. Phoebe can't finish. Concordia looking to keep the pressure up and put a little separation in between here. Ball goes inside, and it's stolen. Blocked by Haley, and stolen. Here comes Alira, bringing it down. Good pass to Haley. We got to travel before the basket. So Concordia looking to run in this game. Does not look like foul trouble is going to be a factor for us today at this point, as it's been in a few games recently.
Don't say that out loud, babe.
Think I'm going to jinx it?
Yeah, you can't put stuff like that
Good
in the
pressure,
universe.
good pressure. Oh. I just had to say we get a foul
What'd
called
I
on
tell
Gabby.
you?
Right? Okay.
I'm going to tell her that's your
Okay.
fault.
So it looks like foul trouble might be an issue for us today. How's that? Does that work better?
No.
I just reversed it.
You already put it out there.
I reversed it. It's fine.
All of our listeners are getting a little insight into the types of arguments we have.
Uh-huh. There's a steal by Gabby, knocked away by Haley. Here we go. She got Phoebe. Oh, it looked like there's some contact there, but no call. Ball goes out of bounds. So it's going to stay with NDP. No, it's going to stay with Concordia. My fault.
So let's talk a little bit more about our seniors. They definitely stay busy with their athleticism. They've also received a lot of academic awards and achievements over the years. So we want to call those out as well. We have really strong student athletes here at Concordia.
Oh, that was a really
nice
pretty
move.
play right there.
Yep.
Is that Emma Kronberger? Splitting defenders, putting it up and in, 16-11.
Nice pass. So starting with Brooke Marshall, she has received the Academic Award for the National Honor Society. And she has also been on honor roll all 4 years here at Concordia Prep. So congratulations to Brooke Marshall for that. Deja was inducted into the National Honor Society as well, her junior year here. In order to be inducted or invited to participate in the National Honor Society, you have to have a GPA all of your high school career of at least 3.2.
Yeah, I never made it back in my high school day. I think it was a
Calculation error.
Yeah, I think it was something.
Probably.
They just a
We
little
could appeal
misstep
it.
right there. Yeah.
We could appeal it, probably. Brooke Meyer has received the Valparaiso University Award and Scholarship of Excellence. She received that her junior year. That's a great accomplishment for her. She has also received the Academic Letter Award here at Concordia. She received that also her junior year. She's also been in the National Honor Society since her junior year and on honor roll all 4 years here at Concordia. So great accomplishments academically for Brooke Meyer.
Ball stolen there by NDP. And you know, a lot of people, I wouldn't say, a little bit of a wild shot there and grabbed by Concordia. I want to say people overlook it, but you know, when we're watching the game, you tend to forget you're watching them play the game. You know, you forget they're student athletes, right? Students first, right? And for so many of these kids, you know, academics and sports take up so much of their time.
So much
while
time.
they're doing it. And, you know, it's really a huge accomplishment for what they do, the amount of time and work that they put in, not just on the court or on the field, but also in the classroom to keep those great grades. And schools are not going to let the kids play if their grades are too low anyway.
Yeah, we do have academic standards for that. And we, I mean, their classwork is no joke. We see Haley has 2 tutors that she's working with now. She's in 2 AP classes. So at Concordia, we offer, I can actually check with my partner in crime, Nancy Smelser. She's going to have all the statistics around academics, but we offer honors classes and several AP options. We have calculus, biology, English, and history, to name a few.
Gabby with the drive. Ball does not go. Gabby with the rebound. So the game getting a little sloppy right here. Ball goes out of, good save.
Oh,
She was out of
almost.
bounds. So I think Concordia needs to pull it in a little bit here. Like I said, they had a 16-9 lead, but they haven't scored in the last couple of minutes here. And I think if they just keep working the ball inside, they should be able to get some easy baskets. They were pulling out the defense a little bit, getting some cuts, and getting easy layups. And they haven't done it the last few possessions down the court. And the ball stolen there. And that's up and in right there. That's Madison Sanchagrin with the basket. And I do apologize to her family if I messed up the last name. That's not an easy one.
Oh.
And lucky break there for Concordia.
Haley with the rebound.
And the one.
Yeah.
Oh, the basket counts and the foul.
So lastly, I want to make sure we call out Emily for her academic achievements. This is going to take us a minute. There are a lot here. She was the National Merit Scholarship semifinalist. Also an AP Scholar with distinction. National Honor Society inducted in 2020. She's the president of the National Honor Society in 2021 and 2022. As a sophomore, she received the Hugh O'Brien Youth Leadership Award and was sent to, they offer a 3-day weekend-long leadership conference that she was able to attend as a sophomore.
Good play right there. Concordia with the pressure to steal in the basket by Lyra.
Gabby with the steal over to Bree. We have Bree in the game.
And there's the pressure now starting to put some separation. And we got a 23-13 game, and we're going to have some time for you to go ahead and finish up.
Yep, and
so
DP calling the timeout.
Yep, so we got 2:05 left in a half, 23-13. Concordia putting that separation ahead with the pressure.
Back to Emily and
Back to
her
Emily.
and her awards. Yeah, we were halfway done. She's the junior. She was a junior All-State Maryland Orchestra on string bass in 2018 and 19. She makes beautiful music. It's amazing what she can do. She was the National Latin Exam Magna Cum Laude for Latin 4 in 2019. It says Latin 3 in 2020. We may have gotten those dates confused. 3 usually comes before 4, so my bad on that. But regardless, National Latin Exam Magna Cum Laude Award in 2019 and 2020. And then she received the academic letter in 2020 and 2021. And the Rensselaer Medal for Mathematics she has also received.
So very well-rounded.
Yeah, for sure.
There's a 3 by NDP. That does not go. Gabby Smeltzer with the rebound. And Concordia still looking to run again. Gabby driving out to Bree. Out to Lyra. Back to Haley for the 3. And that does not go. And Haley with her own rebound, up and in, and the foul. So she will still have a chance for a 3, just the old-fashioned way.
That was clever.
Oh, I say clever things. And it goes. So 26-13, 1:16 left here in the first half. Concordia pulling back a little bit on the full court press. Dropping into a zone. Looks like a 2-1-2. Making NDP shoot the ball from the outside, but the ball goes in on the inside, and the shot does not go. That was Erica Zumba. Right there. Shot by Emma Rudolph does not go. And Concordia is going to run again. And Haley over to Bree, and that ball is stolen. And here comes NDP. We got 40 seconds left to go in the first. And Concordia's ball, and just before we break for halftime here, I just want to remind everybody that Freddie Newman, Concordia's AD, will be joining me for the third quarter. Give Shelly a little break from me. And we'll be talking all things Concordia sports and life of an AD. So please make sure you check in for that. Alira with the shot doesn't go. Haley with the rebound. Ball's knocked away. NDP's coming. They're looking to run here with 6 seconds to go. Good pass. Good play right there. That was Jamie Lassner passing it to Emma Rudolph to finish the half. So NDP ends on a good note. We got a 26-15 game here at halftime, and then we will be back in 10 minutes. Okay, we're back here for the second half with a 26-15 lead by Concordia. And as I said before, I am fortunate enough to be joined here by our athletic director at Concordia Prep, Freddie Newman.
Hey, everyone.
John's going to pan on over to you.
Hey.
So Freddie's going to join me here for the third quarter and give Shelly a little bit of a break. And we're going to call the game, but we're also going to talk about what life is as an athletic director and questions that I have that I don't have answers to that I'm interested in. But so as we start here, why don't you give us a brief description of your background, where are you from, what made you become athletic director, and what brought you to Concordia?
Sure. All great questions. So Maryland born and bred, grew up in PG County, actually, and a WCAC kid, the other preeminent conference in this area. So I played basketball and lacrosse at Goucher College, and sports have always been like pretty major part of my life. But I didn't really know that this was like a job you could do, to be honest with you.
To be able to keep sports right there?
Yeah. You know, I thought you had to be an athlete or an agent or something like that. And so just over time, kind of always stuck around in coaching. I actually went to law school, and while I was in it, my kind of break was coaching. And,
well, what did you coach?
I actually coached basketball and lacrosse.
Okay.
Started at the Bryn Mawr School, so I've been in the IAAM conference in some capacity for pretty much getting close to 15 years now. And then from there, you know, every year I just kept coming back and started realizing this is more what I wanted to do. Took a job down at Pilati High School, and there really started just volunteering my time in the athletic department. And slowly but surely bugged them enough, and they started to give me a position and worked from there. And then I took the job at the Institute of Notre Dame, where I was there for 2 years, and unfortunately COVID closed us down. And prior to going to IND, I'd actually interviewed here at Concordia Prep. And so when IND closed, Concordia Prep called, and here I am. So I'm very blessed and lucky to be here today and back in the co-ed environment after being in all girls for a little while.
And that shot is off. It was 28-18 here. So as an athletic director, what is your day like? And this is what I mean. Obviously, any games I come to, you're at the games in the evenings. Do you show up at school at 9 o'clock in the morning and then your day ends on game days at 8 o'clock at night? Like what,
Sure.
what is your day like?
Yeah, well, don't tell anybody. I do take my time in the morning. But no, it's honestly it truly is a day-to-day scenario. Sometimes I do have, like, for instance, Tuesdays I have an admin team meeting at 8:15, so, you know, I'll be there for that. Wednesday, we're doing a signing for National Signing Day. We have a couple guys that are signing. That's an 8 a.m. signing, so I'll be here about 7:30 in the morning.
Do you want to give them a shout-out?
Yeah, congratulations to two senior gentlemen. We have Everett Dingle and Gabe MacArthur. They're both signing tomorrow, or Wednesday, excuse me. But, you know, it's kind of a surprise, so we don't know where.
Okay.
I'll let them tell us on Wednesday.
And this is for football?
And this is for football, yeah.
Okay.
And this will be 2 years in a row that we've actually had guys sign on NLI Day. So that's big
great
for our school. It's kind of, you know, where we are evolving athletically. It's starting to get more and more guys and girls that are going to be signing NLIs, going to, you know, scholarship place schools. And it's great for our school. It's great for our program, great for our kids. So excited to celebrate them.
It is, and that is one of the things that I'm seeing with Concordia. Oh, good pass there by Lyra Haley running the court. It does not go, but she gets the rebound herself. Lyra inside. And a basket. And, you know, as one of the parents here of Haley, we are hoping that day comes for her, too. Also, you know?
I mean,
so that's one of the things, too, that I'm seeing with Concordia is their sports program is evolving, right? I mean, it used to just be, you know, smaller conferences for them, and there's nothing wrong with that at all, you know. But now we're in football. We beat Loyola, huge school, in the B conference final, right? The soccer team moved up to A conference.
Yeah, made the playoffs.
Right in their first year.
Pretty major. Means they finished in the top 6.
You know, and so the sports teams are involved. What does that do for school in general, like just from your perspective, when the sports teams are succeeding and, you know, doing well, what does that do for the school?
Yeah, I mean, I think athletics can kind of drive, you know, almost everything
great,
out of
I'm
school.
sorry, that was
yeah,
a great steal right there by
Great
Lyra.
pick. Yep, good finish.
Yep.
No, I mean, I think athletics can help drive your entire school program. I think that people, when you see growth like that and competitive growth, especially, a lot of people want to be a part of it. But even people that are not athletes, I think that it helps the band, it helps our art programs. The more people that are interested in talking about Concordia, even if they don't play sports, they learn something new about the school, and they find a niche for themselves. And for a school our size, I mean, I think that's one of the greatest accomplishments we've been able to do is be a small school but still offer big opportunities. And that's kind of something we're playing around with as a tagline. You can come here, everybody will know your name, there'll be small classes, but you'll also get the same big school sports experiences, and that's very unique. And I think that's kind of our niche right now, is you can come in and be a championship football player, you can be in a A or B conference team, but still also be in a class with like 15 people. And so that's a very, very unique experience, and it's something we're very proud of, and we work to cultivate here.
And it is true. I mean, we have 3 kids here. The school has everything for all of them, but that is one of, talking sports, that's one of the most impressive things, is seeing us beat Loyola, right, in the championship, and then Loyola goes on to beat Calvert Hall in the Turkey Bowl, right?
Yeah, so if we use the UCF rules of transitive property, right,
exactly.
We beat Calvert Hall,
right, we beat Calvert Hall, There's Haley with the drive. So we have a 32-20 game, so NDP is not going away right now.
Yeah.
So that is one of the things. So when you're watching these games, how are you watching as just a fan? And I don't say that, but like, are you enjoying the game? Do you watch as an athletic director and say, oh, maybe we could be doing this? Like what is your perspective when you're watching?
It's a little bit of both. I mean, like sitting up here now is, it's good for me. It's a little rest. A lot of times being a small school, staffing can be kind of hard. So a lot of games you'll find me either working the scoreboard or kind of keeping things organized in terms of game management. So the moments that I do actually get to sit and just kind of watch the game are actually very enjoyable moments. But, for me especially, I like to walk around, make sure I speak to people, make sure people know who I am, and, kind of cheer the kids on every once in a while. But mostly what you're doing as game is making sure that the game goes smoothly, the crowd is smooth, everything is running well, making sure everything gets cleaned up afterwards and all that good stuff.
That was Taylor Johnson with the basket. We got a timeout, so I'll give us a few minutes here. Just a 34-22 game with 3:04 left in the third. So NDP, Concordia's keeping that little bit of lead. NDP not going away. One of the things I like seeing with, talking about the girls basketball team, I think we have a very athletic team.
Yeah.
Just from watching, and I love watching them come out and putting pressure on. Now you can't do it all the time, but there are certain games where we can put that full court pressure on. And in this game here, it's created 4 or 5 turnovers for easy baskets. And with a 12-point lead, I mean, that's really the difference right there,
Yeah, I mean, I think that, being able to watch a lot of games, it's one of the things I've liked to see in our growth. I think that it's important for us to use our athleticism, especially defensively. I think we do better when we can create those quick turnovers and kind of get some easy buckets earlier, and it really opens stuff up for us. And I think, down the stretch, we're looking to be able to do some different things when it comes to playoff time.
And we have one of our players who's been out all year, right? Is good, hopefully coming back for the playoffs, right? That is
Corey Barnes.
Corey Barnes, yes.
Yeah, she's been cleared almost, so she's starting to practice and things like that, which is great. So we're hopeful that we'll be able to get her back, and she's just another piece that'll help us down the stretch. And the good thing is, even being able to do something like this tonight, it allows us to put it into practice and the girls to get comfortable with it as we get to playoffs, which we know, this is going to be a really tough battle this year.
It is
playoff wise. So
seeing some of these teams. So I was looking at the playoff format. So all 8 teams in this conference make the playoffs.
Yes,
right now
sir.
we're a 3 seed.
Yep.
Gerstel and Mercy have beaten us so far this year. Mercy is a highly ranked team, but we took them to overtime, and we had a 6-point lead in overtime against them. And, we just weren't able to finish it. And right there is Haley with the steal. During that game, Gabby got hurt during the game. Haley fouled out. And, so we just lost to Gerstel at Gerstel. But obviously we can play with these, the two top teams
Oh,
that are
for
in
sure.
division right there. So it should be, and adding some pieces and everybody being healthy will very much be the key also.
Yeah, and I think for our girls too, just keeping that confidence up. I think as everybody knows, basketball season is very long. A lot can happen, and I think we hit a little mid-season slump there, just kind of not playing to our full athletic potential. But that's why I think this is definitely probably the most high energy we've been in a couple games.
Which is good to see.
It's great to see. Great to see us bounce back, and I think for our, I'm excited. This is our first year, obviously, up in the B, and just some conference news. Next year, there's actually going back to 3 conferences, so the B will become a 13, 14 team conference
so
again
it's not B1 and B2 then.
Right. So I think it's good for us. I think this year we were able to play a couple teams on the other side of the bracket. Even though we had a few games canceled, I think it's going to be one of the most competitive leagues in the area. Even more parity, I think, even than the A conference. So we're excited, and we hope we can kind of head there with a win here in the first and last B1 or B2 season.
And that's what you always want to be too, right? I would always say that as a coach, right? Coaching club soccer, I would always say you never want to be the best player on the team or the worst by far because maybe you're misplaced, right? Same thing for a team, right? You don't want to be in C conference and be beating everybody, or you don't want to be in A conference and being beat up. So you want to find your right spot.
Yeah, and I think that's the great thing about our league. It's one of the things I'm honestly love working in the IAM and the MIA. But as athletic directors, we work really hard to make sure that the leagues are as competitive and fair as possible.
Right.
And I think that's been showing lately. I think
and
good
the
shot.
basket
Great
there by
shot.
Phoebe.
I think across the board that's been showing. There's been, at least, over the last 5 years or so, I think the parity has increased immensely in all sports. And it's made everything a lot more enjoyable, a lot more fun, a lot more competitive, no matter the level that your school is on.
So let me ask you this, and this is one of my big questions while we still have a few minutes here before I have to let you go. And I don't even know what your involvement is, so it could be maybe not that much, but I know seeing with Haley and talking different schools and all that, the NCAA has so many rules, right? Like a coach can come here to watch her play, but they cannot talk to her while they're here, right? I mean, not even nothing, right? But if she's there, they can talk to her, or they can call or stuff like that. So all sports, not just basketball here, but talking all sports. What is your role with coaches from colleges when you have players who are ready for the next level, whether it's D1, D2, or D3? How do you fit in to that?
Well, I think that's a great question, and I think ultimately the goal, I think, especially in our area, is to get as many kids that have the drive and the ability and the desire to the next level, whether it be Division 1, 2, 3, JUCO, NAIA, to get them to that level. As your school grows athletically, of course, college coaches reach out, and some of what I do is facilitating, for instance, school visits. Okay. Different sports handle it differently. For instance, football is a lot different from most sports because there is not a club scene, so they have to go to the high schools. So you'll have a lot more football coaches coming through the building if your kids are recruitable that way. For some of the other sports, it might be arranging a workout for practice, or it might be teaching our kids, doing a seminar with our kids and how to contact these coaches and how to get out there and see them. So, we work very closely with our guidance department. We are advocates and kind of liaisons for our kids to help them decide what is the best place, area, level for them.
All of a sudden we have a 10-point game here, Freddie.
Oh, man. I'm
37-27.
Yeah, and I think, here, this is, these are the things that you like to see. It's weather. This is a little piece of adversity here. Not too bad. We've got some different players in different positions. And it's important, though, for our team and for morale and for our confidence to have these guys play and be successful and weather the storm, right?
Hold off these little runs here,
You all know sports is a game of runs, and depending on what you are, and nobody's ever scores 0 in a basketball game. So we have to be able to kind of weather these little runs and handle the crowd noise, the excitement, and be able to still finish. So hopefully this is a good lesson for our girls.
And one of the things I always say too, so Concordia and NDP played earlier this year with Concordia coming out on top, and if Concordia, just say, was favored to win this game, hold on, we got to, it does not go. The longer NDP is in this game, the more confidence they get. and the harder it then is to put the game away.
Right.
So.
And again, we've seen that this year. We've been in a few overtime games. We've been in some 2-pointers. The more meaningful the game becomes, I think that's, again, the great part about this league. You can't count any team out.
Right.
We had a couple, a little bit of a down, I would say, game the other day, and we lose a little close one to St. Mary's. We kind of have maybe a closer than people thought game against Bryn Mawr, and it just shows you that any team can beat any team on any given night.
Yep.
And so I think, again, just want to keep talking about that mentality. Being a playoff team, I think our playoffs are going to come down not to skills, but it's going to come down to toughness and weathering that adversity. Finish, Caitlin. Bucket.
Oh,
hey,
great
nice
play. Right at the buzzer right there.
And right there you see it. You got a kid that, maybe is not always, top 3 in our scoring plan, but is able to finish a nice little floater at the end and give us a little bit of breathing room. And I'll tell you one thing about Caitlin, man. She is a rebounding machine.
And I say to Shelly when we're watching her, she's a scrappy player.
Oh, man, she is.
Will get on the floor for a ball. Mm-hmm. She is a very, very scrappy player.
And I'll tell you, that's the one thing, we talk, as a coach, just putting my coach hat here on, you always find time for a kid like that. Like, she knows her role.
Yes.
She works very hard at doing what she's supposed to do. I joke with her. I'm like, Caitlin, I never take you off the floor, but all those rebounds you get. But that's a great team. And I do always give, the coaching staff here for the girls props. I think he's able to take the girls and really have them cling to what their role is, and really have them commit to it and help be a good supporting cast when, some things are maybe not going our way. And you just saw that right there.
Without a doubt. And you see that, right? In all sports, but take basketball. Everybody wants to score, but not everybody's going to be the scorer, right? I joke with my son about it. Dennis Rodman was one of the most feared players on the court, right? And everything. The guy had more games where he scored 0 points than anything, I'm going to let you go in a second. I just have one more question for you.
I can be here all night, Paul, honestly. I like to do this.
And my question is, for girls sports, do you feel there's an advantage having a female AD for them, or do you feel like, I know you're here for all the sports, but do you feel like being a female helps the female sports having that perspective, and especially from you being a former athlete?
Yeah, so, first of all, I think that, I'm always going to say it's advantages because I am a female, but no, I think ultimately making that commitment, I think what helps being a female athletic director is I think that it changes people's perception. I think people sometimes have a perception about how certain sports are treated fairly, unfairly, and being able to not be as connected to either side, whether I'm not coaching or whatever, it just helps with that perception. So I think it's hard when you're co-ed. I think it's hard when you have big sports like football. I think a lot of people, whether it be rec league all the way up to college, have a certain perception of how football is done and created and things like that. And my job here is, obviously, I support every single sport that we have, and I work hard. But I think what I've been able to do in a short time is create good game day experiences for all of our sports. And really, by being at every game, having that freedom, it shows all the kids, all the schools, everybody here that, hey, everybody's important. We care about each sport. Even our smaller sports, like our cross country or our track meets, and I try to do that. But even making connections for our kids outside of sports. For instance, one of our soccer players this year got the lead in the school play, in the school musical. So we're going to be...
We can speak about Ryan.
Yeah, I was going to say, Mr. Calhair, Mr.
Okay.
Everything.
Yes.
But no, that's, again, and I think it just comes back to, we're all going to go out and support him and support the drama department. But I think it comes back to that advantage of being at a small school and being able to do this. At a bigger school, there might be 2 or 3 of me. I might not be able to get to everything. Here, it's pretty much my job to be at everything. And I've been able to establish great relationships with our kids, with our families. And I think ultimately half of this job really is showing up. The kids see you. They see that you care. They see that you're involved, that you're trying, that you're working for them. And it helps them. And I think it makes them more committed to what they're doing as well.
I've seen you many a times running around on your golf cart outside, going from upper field to lower field.
Man, fall and spring are they're doozies. I like winter because it's just sitting in the gym. It's one game.
Well, all right, here, we have Concordia with a 13-point lead.
Good move.
That was a good move right there by there with the basket.
Yeah, she's been a great addition,
Yeah.
huh?
She's a sophomore. right?
Sophomore,
Yes.
yep, sophomore
Yep.
transfer to our school, and
And that's the exciting thing about this team too. Your whole starting lineup is returning.
yes,
You know, relatively not young, but I
Mhm.
mean, you have a few juniors, but next year you're having everybody back.
yeah,
the whole starting lineup.
you know, people come back from some injuries. We've got another advantage we have being small, but we also have a middle school, and we've got
Yes.
some great young athletes, young basketball players coming in the middle school, and so you know, Concordia Prep figures to be in the mix for a very long time, and that's kind of
Good
what you
pass.
need, you know.
That was Erica Zumba with the basket.
And
Yeah,
again, like you said, hanging around,
Yeah.
you know. This
And-
is not a bad squad, this NDP team.
And then I think also one of your coaches, one of the JV coach or varsity coaches the middle school
Yeah.
too, right? So you kind of have that everything starting. What they call it?
Oh, wow,
Travel.
wow.
Okay,
Travel or foul?
They call it travel. I thought
Okay,
they
yeah.
actually called it foul
Me
on the
too.
floor, but they called it travel.
Pretty good crew tonight, rough crew tonight.
Yep.
You know, actually one of the refs is the rules interpreter, so he's been you know, bringing up some rules that we didn't. But no, it's a pretty good crew. Kept the game moving quickly, and it's been pretty even.
Yeah.
Good hustle here.
There's Taylor Johnson running the ball down. And that does not go.
No. There's Caitlin with another rebound. Get in there. Good try.
Does not go. So we got 4:50 left here in the game. It's a 43-30 game.
All right.
And we got a time. We got a timeout here, so I just saw Shelly
Yeah, got my,
getting you some stuff. So you're going to talk. You're going to finish up here about the seniors? No. Okay.
All right. Well, I'm going to talk about bids for kids.
You're going to talk about bids for kids. Okay.
Our silent auction fundraiser.
Okay.
Just all you Concordia Prep fans looking to support Concordia Prep on March 11th. This is a virtual event. It is our auction, very fun and successful. Bidding will open on Monday, March 7th, and you're going to look at the website for more information as it comes. I'll tell you what, there's some great things that they auction off here. One of the things I always look for is that clutch parking spot right out front. That's a pretty popular.
Shelly kept saying she's buying up for the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that's a clutch
Ours are like
prize.
my son's like, no, I don't want that spot. I don't want that spot.
I mean, I think that's the one thing that causes teacher turmoil is the bid for that spot right there. But yeah, it's a definitely great way to support Concordia. It's one of our biggest fundraisers of the year, and we're really appreciative of all of our parents and staff and members that help us. So if you want to support our Saints, go ahead and look up bids for kids and be ready to participate.
And fundraising is a bit, especially for a small school, right? Fundraising is a huge thing for us.
Oh
here.
yeah, it's crucial. I mean, and it goes to support so much, and I think that's one of the great things about, again, just being in this environment. You know, not only does it help for the things we need every day, you know, but you're really giving a kid a great opportunity. You're giving it, get in there, nice little step back.
Beautiful shot, just not go. So when we're running that offense right there, the middle is wide open.
Yep.
And that's what I'm looking. So early in the game, we went a little bit of run. We were getting those backdoor cuts.
Yes.
We were, coming off of screens. And NDP, they're stretching that defense a little bit, and it looks like that middle is right there open for us. If we just make that cut right through, we can get a quick one-on-one right there to the basket.
Yeah, and I think it's that success on those little backdoor cuts and things like that. Again, those are just going to be building blocks for kind of some surprises down the stretch for some other teams.
There's a three.
Rebound.
That does not go.
Look up.
There's Caitlin.
I'll tell you, and this it's good for us. We're looking to push, a couple turnovers here and there, but we're looking to push. And again, I think, like you said earlier, that it's actually one of our strengths. It's playing a little frenzied, playing a little crazy. If you look, you notice, we get a lot of pushes up the court. We just maybe a little long, Coach had them in the weight room too much this week, so they're a little strong on the passes, but it shows that that's really what our strength is.
Yes.
And, I'd like to see us play more unsettled, kind of create the defense to have to move a little bit. I think we're more successful sometimes that way.
And I tell you, that was, one of the games I keep thinking of. There's a three-pointer, and that's off right there.
Good
You got a
box
foul.
out. Good box out over the
MVP.
back. Yeah.
So I bring up the game against Mercy because that was one of the better high school games that I've seen in a while, and overtime game. And, when we made a run there in the fourth quarter in the second half and took the lead and then they bounced back, but it was a lot of stealing the ball. It was a lot of going. It was, it was making the other team uncomfortable.
Right.
And that's one of the things I've always said as a coach is you want to make you don't want to allow the other team to do what they wanted to. If they want to sit outside and they want to run a patient offense, you want to put pressure on them.
Right.
You don't want them to be comfortable.
No, you're seeing a lot of games here, and Paul and been a fan up here. Ooh,
Offensive call.
crowd get a little wild on that. And I'll tell you, that's the one thing about going to a co-ed school that you miss kind of sometimes at an all-girls school is it's the boys support.
Yes. and I tell you, I think the girls' sports brings just as much or more spectators and excitement from the student body.
It's
than
been
anything.
amazing.
It is there.
That's something when I came in here, one of the maybe things that people wanted to see change was a little bit more school spirit.
There's a three. That goes.
Good shot. And we're looking at a 10-point game here.
That was Taylor Johnson with the three.
Yeah, she's definitely their whole offense. I think she's a big player for them.
Another
steal.
stolen.
Almost. But yeah, I mean, when I came in, I think that a lot of people expressed, they'd like to see more fans at the games. I think we've done a great job in the COVID years, bringing fans to boys and girls here.
Now I had helped with the soccer program during my son's freshman year. They were called a travel.
That's tough.
That would have been a big basket right there.
That was.
So, is there any? I know there's some restrictions and stuff like that. Is there any possibility of getting lights here at Concordia?
Oh man.
Or is that a topic I should be bringing up?
No. Well, it's something we discuss a lot. I think that it's
just broke that pressure. Good pass, real good pass. She does not finish, but that was a really good pass by Jamie Lassner. And she gets the rebound.
Rebound. There we go. It's something that's definitely we're starting now to do a lot of strategic planning for the future, right? So, as we grow, some of these things become. Maybe they weren't that big of a deal, but they kind of become almost borderline a necessity. And I mean, something even what we're doing now. I mean, with COVID, it taught us like, hey, there's something here in terms of live streaming and broadcasts and stuff like that. And we've seen some other schools have some success with it being student-led and things like that. But yeah, I think that lights are something that's in the conversation. Obviously, they're not cheap, but we also, we actually have a pretty strict neighborhood agreement.
Yes.
So, it's one of those things we would have to really work with our neighbors for to develop. But I think most people in this building would love nothing more than somewhere down the line to be able to do, like, for real Friday night lights.
That would be
some doubleheader soccer games, some lacrosse games under the lights, And I think our kids would love it, our families would love it, and I'd love to be able to do it.
That's Emma Kronberger, missed both. But NDP with the rebound.
I'll tell you what, my hat's off to this NDP team, man.
They're sticking around,
They're scrappy, they're fighting, they haven't given up yet. They've got some good leadership, and, again, I think it's good for our kids. It's good for our guys to kind of see. There's Coach went back to...
Another steal. What we got here?
Is jump ball?
What they call it a jump?
Oh, well, I'm not sure.
I didn't see her point at maybe a kick.
Maybe.
And I'll tell you with NDP also, they fell behind, I think, 13 points or something like. It's easy to pull it in at that time, you know, and you're into a close game, and then the other team pulls away. And a foul. So
I think we saw that last night in AFC Championship game. You get a Chiefs up 21-3, and then
nobody expected
and then Joey
that.
Burrows holding the trophy at the end of the night.
You got to like the guy.
I don't gotta like him
No,
as a
you
Raiders
don't.
fan.
You got to
But
like
no, I mean, you got to root for a guy like that. I mean, he has the potential to win a national championship, a Heisman, and a NFL championship in 3 years, which is pretty amazing.
And that shows you, too, how big plays are. So that's football, different,
Yep.
right? But Kansas City, first and goal from the
Yeah.
one, or second and goal from the one, and they couldn't score, right?
Yeah.
They threw a swing pass to Hill. They had no timeouts left, and they couldn't get it in. If they score a touchdown or just take the field goal there, maybe that's a totally different game,
Completely.
right? But same thing you're talking. You keep that door open for a team, and there's a
Good
basket
rebound
right there, and all of a sudden we have a 7-point game.
Taylor Johnson
43
is
to
just
36.
fighting for the team. I mean, she's been tough for us to kind of contain.
Gabby takes it up.
Oh.
Does not go in. NDP at the rebound. Here she comes again.
And a fast break.
The outlet. And the basket's up and in right there by Emma Kronberger.
I don't know, Paul. I
We have
might
a
not be able to
5-point
be in the
game.
booth again the way this is going.
We got a
Timeout.
timeout.
So, I mean, hey, this is what you don't like to see, but this is great for our team. This is mentally, again, this game, seeding-wise, probably doesn't have a huge effect on us seeding-wise if we do fall, but this is the storms we got to weather. It's going to be hard in the playoffs. You're going to have tough times. Teams are going to come back on you, and I think Coach here has got to get them rallied up, got to get them calm, got to get their body language looking the right way, and just understand, hey, ebbs and flows. Let's get back out there and let's finish. And I think he can do that. I mean, he's talking him up right now. NDP's, they're sensing some blood in the water.
They got the momentum.
They got a little momentum. They're going to try to come back even harder. But it's going to be about being calm for Concordia and just holding the ball and making good decisions with the ball. And that's what we hope to see them do.
And I think one of the things, too, is, which we're not doing right now, is when we break the press, you got to go ahead and score.
Right.
You got to. I don't want to use the word punish, but I mean, you got to
Yeah.
make them pay for pressing.
Absolutely.
And you got to be able to take that ball to the basket, and you got to score. We're not able to finish right now,
Right.
which is allowed, and they're getting a rebound, and then they're having one or two players still at half court who
Yep.
have not gotten back from pressing, and now they're counterattacking and they're scoring. So with 146, I mean, it's going to come down
Yeah.
to taking care of the ball and possibly foul shots at this point.
And, here's what's tough is that, Concordia's in the bonus here. They're shooting 1-on-1 the rest of the way. NDP's got some fouls to give, so that's going to be interesting to pay attention to down the stretch.
Which can make them play aggressively, go for the steal.
Right.
Because they're going to have to get to 7 at some point. That they want to stop the
NDP
clock.
comes out in a man, and I think that actually plays
And
into our
there's another
hand. Well,
Haley Ford grabs the
hangs
ball,
on
rebound.
to it.
Big possession right there.
Settle, and this is where you get them settle.
Gotta work that ball inside. You guys still got to run your
Attack,
offense.
good attack.
There goes
There
Phoebe
you go.
with the basket. Big basket by
That's
Phoebe.
huge. And
now we're
I'd
gonna put
like
some
to see
pressure.
Concordia do that a little bit
Yep.
more. I think sometimes they get in the habit of settling for some big shots on the outside.
Yes.
But again, we talk about that athleticism. I mean, she's able to drive right by and get to the basket. And
It's Taylor Johnson again.
this kid's going to be a problem.
And we got another timeout. So while we have a few minutes here, why don't you promote your team to Concordia?
Sure.
So we've had some pretty successful teams.
Oh, my goodness.
We've talked about the football team. I was at that game. So many parents from Concordia were there who don't even have kids on the team. And like I said, beating a big school like Loyola, huge accomplishment for Concordia. But I know baseball's done well. I
Yep.
know. So I'll leave it up to you if you want to speak about some
Well,
of your teams.
we're heading into spring. This area being a lacrosse area, spring starts February 22nd, believe it or not. So I get to freezing my tail off for the first few weeks. But yeah, our baseball team is fresh off a championship last season, and they're actually returning a lot of their starters from last year, missing a couple big guys, including, I would argue, player of the year of the conference, Luke Nelson last year. But it's going to be more of a wins by committee this year, which is great. Our softball team actually returning from a championship berth. They lost in the championship to Friends, but they are returning a lot of their players back, looking for a couple new pitchers, and we have some young club players on that team. Both lacrosse programs were a little bit young last year, a little bit inexperienced, so they're looking to kind of reset themselves. Girls lacrosse actually has a get in there
again.
Man, huge down the
drive.
stretch.
And Paige with the
Almost
away,
as-
but they keep it. There goes Taylor.
So boys lacrosse will be young, but with some of their big scorers coming back, and then we'll have
Big block.
huge block. And now this is good, great.
Yeah,
This is what you want. Now look at that turnaround, about 35 seconds,
Yep.
and Concordia just inches up the intensity just a little bit.
And just what you're saying, too, by us being aggressive, right? Not settling for that three-pointer, but 2 times in a row, Phoebe taking it to the basket and taking her man right to the basket and getting the easy layup.
So we got girls lacrosse. Actually, again, talk about big players, big things. Really excited for them. 2 college commits on that team. Our senior, Maddie Godot, will be going to Bridgewater College next year. And then junior Minji Yi is actually a D1 commit to Longwood.
Wow.
So she'll sign in 2023. But we're really excited to have her with the program. And a great young class, our young freshmen. A lot of kids that are starting to play lacrosse outside of here. So we're really hoping to build that becomes like another big program for us. And then, of course, we have our track program, which has been kind of under the radar lately, but we have a lot of kids. We had 2 school records set last year on our girls' side. A couple kids that are coming from, like, some of our other sports that are very athletic, running. If we get enough people out there, we could really compete to be a B conference champion. So we're really excited about that.
So really, everything is doing well right now for us, which is great.
Yeah, I mean,
it makes you look like a superstar.
I know.
Right?
I was telling you, if everything could be this easy.
Yeah.
But I think we've really been, honestly, in a weird way, we've really been helped by COVID because so many kids missed out on that year. Our participation numbers this year flew through the roof. So we've had a lot of kids that maybe would not come out. Good decision. That is a great basketball decision right there, huh?
And so is that the 6, or did they adjust the other? That's 7.
Yeah, that's 7, 1
That's
and 1.
7, so
I
we'll
mean,
go
but
1 and 1
that was just such a smart play, man. You had the opportunity to go score, but no, let's hold it out. Let's waste some clock, cause them to foul. Now we're in the bonus. Great decision.
And really, with 24 seconds to go here,
and she
now
sinks
an
it, and now
lead.
you kind of breathe a little bit.
You just don't want to foul on the defensive end.
Correct. You almost let them go run down and score. Even better.
Okay, we got 20 seconds to go. And there's a travel.
Yeah.
So 18 seconds to go with a 48-40 lead. I think this will probably do it. I'm not sure if NDPs want to just pull it off or if they're going to continue.
I think they're going
to
to fight. I mean, they've been fighting all game. I think this team again. Oh, good idea. And that's why, right? You maybe try to create a couple more possessions for you. But if anything, as I've seen from this coach, I mean, I think that she's got them believing that they can do some big things, and she doesn't have them quitting.
It's been a good game. They said early in the third, it looked as if
it looks like they called the tip
away.
off.
Yeah. They
Okay. Finish.
There
you go. And that should ice it right there. Nice 10-point game.
So no fouls here. We got 7-6.
Good.
The ball is blocked right there by Gabby. We're just going to hold it.
Very nice. Very nice. Oh.
That's it. So we got a final of 50-40 here. Concordia will stay in third place. And just so everybody knows, our senior game is on Wednesday.
Yep.
Is that against
5:30 against Annapolis Area Christian?
Come out to support the girls.
Yeah, and then they end the week with two back-to-backs. They got a Bryn Mawr on Friday at Bryn Mawr, and then the makeup public versus private. They're going to take on Chesapeake of Anne Arundel County at St. Francis at 10:30 a.m.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for everything you're doing for the school.
Hey, Paul, you too, man. This is always a pleasure. I don't get to be here much, but when I do, I love it.
Thank you, and thank you, John.
Thanks, John.